Gary, Tuesday at Boreham Wood was a physically tough game, but the team have not been found wanting. That spirit, that physical commitment must be as pleasing to you as the quality.
Yeah, we stood up to that on Tuesday evening, and credit to the players because it was a physical game, and obviously bearing in mind also that one or two of the players were slightly under the weather as well, so that was pleasing.
Every player puts in a shift for the team. I think the equaliser came on Tuesday from Iffy Allen making a tackle, tracking back, and then he showed his skill, and that he typified the effort of every player. That he's not a player that you'd maybe expect to put in as much of a physical effort. I'm sure you probably would, but he's not a player that the fans would expect to see doing the unseen dirty work. He's the player that you want to see showing his skills going forward.
Yeah, but as you rightly said, there's two sides to the game, and just highlighting Iffy there, that's probably one area of his game that we would all like to see him work like that on a more consistent basis. But he's a talented young man, and obviously he showed the other side of his game, which was pleasing. But I thought all the lads stood up to that side of it, and when you go to places like Boreham Wood and you have to stand up to that challenge, we did on Tuesday, but you have to earn the right to play as well, so first and foremost you have to compete, and Tuesday evening we've done that.
But as you always say, there's more to come. There's always room for improvement in every team, but you can see more from this team. In what ways do you expect the team to improve?
As I said, I think after Tuesday's game that the earlier games, we've shown how we want to set our stall out and how we want to play. As the season progresses, obviously people will see how we play and it becomes harder. But the group have only been together for a short period of time, so the understanding of what we want, the understanding of each other's play, that will improve as time goes by. So that's the type of thing that I can see going forward that will improve.
In that, there's not just a desire to win every game. There's a belief that the team can win every game.
Yeah, very true. And we go into games looking to win games. Not to draw games. That's for sure. And the players have got that hunger and desire to want to win games, which is also pleasing.
On to Southport this Saturday. They've got the worst defensive record in the division. They're not scoring many goals either. The problems have been the poor start to matches. That they almost start on the back foot. So I suppose it's important to take the game to them from kick-off this Saturday.
Yeah, it will be, but they've got an experienced manager in there who knows the level and has done good work wherever he's been. So obviously after their defeat on Tuesday night, the manager will be looking for a response, and we've got to make sure that we go out there with the same attitude that we've gone into games with, to make it very difficult for them. So. But it's all about what we do and how we turn up, and our game plan and our performance. If we can get to the levels that we've been getting to early part of the season, we give ourselves a chance in any game.
Steve Burr's come in. He's had 2 games now. You say it's all about what we do, but is it a new manager, possibly new methods? Does it make it a little bit more difficult to plan for what they might give us?
No, it does. Yeah, and in the short term, we tried to. Find out how they're going to set up. They have changed formations in the 2 games that he's been in charge. So we'll have to wait and see come the day what the team personnel look like, and work out what formation they will play, and we'll have to try and work out what areas we can exploit and give ourselves a chance.
I think this Saturday, with the visit of Aldershot Town and Southport complete, a full set of having played the teams currently in the top 10. So it's been maybe a tough start, perhaps a tougher start than most. Do you think their position is slightly false at the moment? Yeah,
possibly. And obviously with the new manager going in there, he will make changes to how they play, possibly personnel. Normally there's an uplift in performance. And obviously after Tuesday's result, I'm sure there would be a response from their players on Saturday.
Before all of that, perhaps first and foremost, you said your first task on Thursday was to pop your head rather trepidatiously into the treatment room. Is there any news yet? We got Liam and Jim are injured, Bernard with tonsillitis, Shamir and Iffy have a stomach bug. That's quite a list.
Yeah, I'm not going to put my head into the treatment room. I'm going to stay well clear. No, we've got them problems. You know, we've got one or two other problems on top of that. So we'll have a head count at some point today. I'll probably leave it as late as I possibly can, and then we'll assess the situation and plan for Saturday's game.
But it's good. We spoke about having Charlie Walker back. Jack Saville was back on the bench as well on Tuesday. So you're not completely down to bare bones, or maybe it does feel like that. No,
we're not. You know, and it's part and parcel. You get on with it. You know, players pick up injuries, illness throughout the course of the season, suspensions, loss of form. But what I have to say is players who come into the side, like Tuesday evening, have an opportunity, and if I'm being honest, it doesn't weaken it. So you know, as a squad, I'm happy with what we've got in terms of players, and whatever the team, the formation, I'm quite happy with anyway.
Brilliant. Well, thank you, Gary. We'll see you in Southport.
Thank you.